Eagles now. We get busy, chasing Trizzy. Eagles now. Bruising birds, we keep it litty. Eagles now. Pre-game, post-game, make it look easy. Eagles now. No one likes us, please believe it. Eagles now. Super chats, we keep them coming. Eagles now. Jalen a booby, keep it running. Eagles now. Shots downtown, A.J. Brown. Eagles now. If you ain't know, you know it now. Eagles now.
We had to ring it in with the potion intro, although Miles Sanders, now not a Philadelphia Eagle, so we're going to have to reach out to Potion for another Eagles Now live intro. This is Philadelphia Eagles Now by Chat Sports. It's a Friday. It's St. Patrick's Day. There's so much to talk about, and we're so glad that you're making today's show a part of your day. No matter where you are or how you're tuned in, thank you so much for tuning in to Philadelphia Eagles Now. I'm Chase Sr., producer Trizzy Trace. He's riding shotgun. We have the green beers on deck. Most importantly, though, we have all of you. NCAA tournament games are on. NFL free agency day 5. This is what we do, so let's get to it. And because it's St. Patrick's Day, everybody type SP down in the comment section. This is a day where a lot of people like to have fun, slug some beers, have a nice little long drinking day. So we thought, you know what? Why not? Let's go live even before 2 o'clock Eastern time on this Friday because it's day 5 of free agency. A lot of news to get to. Eagles making a couple of signings last night. And let's just have a lot of fun. So, with that, let's start to give some shout-outs to all of the people down in the comment section. My guy, Lamont Lancaster, is here. Mr. Awesome Guy, Andrew Nathan. For those of you who continue to take in all of our free agency content, thank you so much. A lot of you are real ones. We've had some late-night shows over the last couple of days, and I've seen the real ones down in the chat. So, to continue to give me those SPs, Andrew Nathan said, Trace, who needs Coop? Not me. We nicknamed him Cowboy Coop. I got to say, Coop was crushing it the other day. Did a fantastic job, but now Trizzy Trace is back. 62 people watching live. That number will only continue to grow all throughout the day. And with that, our first super chat is in. To get the party started, Jason Chadwick. Can CJ Gardner-Johnson hurry up and sign? He is being mad annoying. Honestly, I don't think it has to do with him. I think it has to do with the lack of market for CD Deuce and it being somewhat dry. But if the Eagles are able to retain him and bring him back, it just immediately gives them an A grade, in my opinion, for this free agency period. Now, as I said, it's St. Patrick's Day. That's why people are typing those SPs, so I'm rocking the green. And how about Trace in the throwback Kelly Green Deshaun Jackson jersey today? Here's our St. Patrick's Day menu. Anybody who sends in a $5 super chat, because the Eagles brought in Marcus Mariota, Trace will put on one lay. So I hope that we have so many $5 super chats in which the lays go all the way up to Trace's face. He can't even see any longer.
I'm trying to get laid on a Friday. Help me out.
Let's go. Let's go. Green Beer Chug for a $10 super chat. We have a couple of green beers here. You can kind of see them on the green background. Sometimes you can't because of our green screen. $20. We have some green dyed tequila. We'll take some shots. $50 shotgun or a freedom funnel. And for a $100 super chat, Trizzy Trace will do a green beer bong. So that is our super chat menu for the St. Patrick's Day special. With that, another poll question here. Grade the Eagles free agency period up to this point. I'm going to go ahead and give them a B. What say you? Let us know down in the comment section what you think about what the Eagles have done so far in NFL free agency. I just turned off sub-only mode, so anybody's going to be able to comment right now. But A, B, C, D, or F, let us know what you think about what the Eagles have done thus far in NFL free agency. Really excited to break down everything that's happening with this football team right now. There's, of course, a lot to discuss, but let us know how you think the Eagles are faring.
Chase, what's been your favorite move that the Eagles have made so far?
Restructuring Darius Slay and bringing back James Bradberry. I didn't think that Bradberry was going to be able to come back. You also get Brandon Graham coming off 11 sacks on $6 million. Fletcher Cox coming off 7 sacks at $10 million. So I like what the Eagles have been able to do up to this point. Lamont Lancaster, he's a real one. Type in that B. Another real one. Tyrone Williams, B. Greg Smith, the legend, B. Andrew Nathan, A. Mr. Awesome Guy, I like that, heavy B. Mo Amari, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, B. Shayna Bailey, what's up, Shayna? Going B- here. Jason Chadwick, another $2 super chat. So 2 + 2 = 4. That's good enough for a 5 here. First sip of the green beer. Yeah, and
it's time to get weird.
He makes a good point here. Greedy, Slay, Bradberry, Sheese. That's the best cornerback trio in the NFL. Greedy Williams had 10 pass breakups in 2021. He was a healthy scratch to end last year. Kind of fell out of favor in Cleveland. This is a player with a lot of ability, good size, good speed, and now he's your cornerback number 3, and you have Avonte Maddox. So it's not just a trio. That right there, Jason, that's what you call a quadsome. All right, a lot of you are talking about C.J. Gardner-Johnson. We'll talk about him on today's show. Wish it into existence. I want you to type 2-3 to bring Chauncey Gardner-Johnson back. Look, it hasn't happened so far. So up to this point, do we just have to speak it into existence where we hope that Chauncey Gardner-Johnson returns? Give me those 2-3s down below in the comment section so that we can get the good vibes going to bring our son home. Jalen Mills is another one who we're going to talk about. Nat Kang said, Jalen Mills possibly played safety for the Eagles in 2020. Peter Thurman, $5 super chat. Go get you some, Trizzy. That's one lay.
Come on, get me laid. Let's go.
That's
I'm
one
to get
lay
laid all day long.
And Peter,
all day.
He put it perfectly. Go get you some. He's trying to get laid. There's a lay.
Getting laid.
There's a lay. There's a lay. So there we go. One lay for Trizzy. Anytime somebody sends in a $5 super chat, Trey puts on a lay. Trace puts on a lay. Trey lay.
Trey?
We can still call it that.
It's a
We
Trey
can call
lay.
it Trey lay
There
because
we go.
Marcus Mariota signed with the Eagles last night. So continue to wish it into existence. Greg Smith, Andrew Nathan, Deuce, Nat Kang, Ant, Mo Amar, Andrew Nathan, Tony C, Tyrone Williams, Mark Taylor, all typing those 2-3s. They want C.J. Gardner-Johnson back. Andy Claudio, Jalen Mills reunion. What you think, Chase Sr.? I like it for an affordable price. We're going to dive into it in further detail coming up right around the corner. Another reminder, here is our St. Patrick's Day Super Chat menu. Anytime somebody sends in a $5 Super Chat, Trace puts on a Marcus Mariota lays. From Hawaii, they celebrate St. Patrick's Day in Hawaii, right? So we'll have some fun with it. Outside of that, $10, green beer chug. $20, green shots. $50, shotgun or a funnel. And for a $100 super chat, Trace will do a green beer bong. And of course, I can always factor into that equation as well. All right, if you want to start the show and be a part of the show, couple ways for us to really get the party going. Use the hashtag Eagles. Better yet, send in a super chat to get your questions featured on the show. It's hashtag Eagles. Better yet, super chat to get involved and get featured on the program. Your super chats really do go a long way in supporting everything that we do. It allows us to build new studios here at Chat Sports. It allows us to hire new employees. And it allows us to give you videos every single day right here on the channel. And it's also why I have the level of dedication that I have for this show, because last night I could have mailed it in after work. I could have said, you know what? I'm going home. That's it. But Ian Rappaport doesn't sleep. Adam Schefter doesn't sleep. Howie Roseman doesn't sleep. Chase Sr. doesn't sleep either. Eagles made 2 signings. We broke them both down, and I did it from the crib at the at-home studio. Greedy Williams to the Birds. Marcus Mariota to the Birds. That Mariota one went out at like 1 o'clock a.m. Eastern time. To anybody who watched that video, certainly appreciate it. Mark Taylor, Andrew Nathan, Shayna Bailey, Douglas Montgomery.
Oh my God!
Flipping the bird, 85!
Hey!
Flipping the bird! Flipping the bird! Flipping the bird! Flipping the bird!
Let's
Flipping
go!
the bird! Let's go! The legend! Flipping the bird, 85!
Woo!
100 $17 super chat. Did he say that because it's the 17th day of March? If that's the case,
Legendary.
Elite level thinking right there.
This guy's brain is so wrinkly if that's the case.
I love it. I love it.
Elite.
So that is going to be a Trace beer bong.
It has to be. It has to. I got a beer bong right here. Got it right here. We're ready to roll. Also, shout out Jason Chadwick, $2. Sidney Gardner-Johnson, Mills, Slay, Williams, Maddox, Bradberry, and Bobby Wagner.
Let's go!
Oh my God, that would be crazy.
Flipping the bird, you're a legend, man.
Let's go. All right, I'm going to go grab a beer.
I have one here for you. It's actually a Happy Dad. You cool with that? Cool. The green dye is actually in the kitchen, so you might have to get up. And if you want to do it truly instead, you can just go get that in the meantime. So Flipping the Bird, 85, $117 super chat. Happy Alcoholics Day, he said. CJ Gardner-Johnson is coming back today, Chase. Bring back the Green Goblin. Run it back. Woo! Look, I'm cool with CJ Gardner-Johnson coming back. If that happens, though, I don't know if Jalen Mills is going to come back. And if they re-sign and bring back Jalen Mills, that might spell the end of CJ Gardner-Johnson just because Jalen Mills and Reed Blankenship would probably be the two safeties there. And they'd go with Jalen Mills as the more affordable option to save a little bit of money on the salary cap. What's he on? Oh, that's right.
All right, let's go, Bird Gang. Get the 85s in the chat for Flipping the Bird 85.
Cool, thanks.
Get the 85s in the chat for Flipping the Bird.
Get the 85s in the chat for Flipping the Bird 85. We're live early on a Friday.
That's elite.
Type those 85s.
I'm the floating Deshaun Jackson. I'm floating Deshaun Jackson.
He's the floating Deshaun Jackson in the Kelly Green jersey.
Dude,
this is legendary. I love this. We're having so much fun already. Make sure you hit that thumbs up icon and like the video if you're excited for Trace to do this green beer bong. We have the green dye here that he'll put in there to make it green. 200 people watching live, though, only 33 likes. That right there is a crime. To show some love to Trace for being a real one, rocking the Deshaun Kelly green jersey for St. Patty's Day, and doing this beer bong to show some love to Flipping the Bird 85. I need everybody right now to smash that thumbs up icon and like the video. Rapid fire flow. We should be getting to 100 likes as soon as possible. We're trying to make this a St. Patrick's Day party here in the midnight green. Let's go.
Is that green enough?
That's green enough.
All right.
That's green enough. That's honestly Kelly Green to match the jersey on the way down. It's bitchin', he said. It's bitchin', he said. So 208 people watching live right now, 48 likes. And because Flipping the Bird sent in $117 in super chats, Trace did his beer bong. I'm also just going to do a shotgun to get things kicked off here. For the culture.
For the birds.
I ran this morning. I got in a great workout, and I'm ready to just have a day. I'm pretty sure my running streak is past 300 days, but we keep it moving. Cheers to Flipping the Bird 85. Thanks to everybody for supporting our free agency coverage. It's been an absolute blast. Let's have a party on this Friday.
Rip it, tip it, sip it. Let's go. Chug, 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 chug. Oh my goodness, that was incredible. Control-Alt-deleted that beer. Control-Alt-deleted that beer.
So y'all know I like to shotgun some beers. We did it all throughout our watch parties. We've done it a couple of times this week. That's been with beer. It's actually a game changer to shotgun some Happy Dads.
Yes. Dude.
Not only do they have electrolytes in them, but they taste really good, and they're easier to go down. And when I do a shotgun, I don't feel as though I gained 5 pounds.
It's not the carbonation in the gut.
That's what I'm saying.
So good.
That's what I'm saying. Wow. That tastes really good. Jason Chadwick, another $5 super chat.
Hey, people don't talk about John Johnson's safety from the Browns. Him and C.J. Gardner-Johnson would be deadly.
Yeah, seriously.
Could be a dangerous tool. Chase, we need to get some more likes on this mug.
We do.
We need to get some more likes. So I'm gonna do something right here. If we can get to 100 likes, we're at 66 likes. In the next minute, I'm gonna do a shot. If we can get to 100 likes.
Flipping the bird, another 5. Jason Chadwick. Hey, people don't talk about John Johnson, the safety, enough from the Browns. Him and C.J. Gardner-Johnson would be deadly. Here's the deal, though. I don't think they're going to pay big money to 2 safeties. I think what they're going to do is if they re-sign C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Reed Blankenship, who actually showed that he was capable last year, will play at that other safety spot to replace Marcus Epps. By the way, Marcus Epps, Julian Love, both getting the same deal, $6 million per year pretty much. So I don't know if they'll go John Johnson and C.J. Gardner-Johnson. I think they'll only go one of the two if they go any of them at all. Maybe they go cheap and they go Reed Blankenship and Jalen Mills, which I wouldn't love, but then maybe you draft a safety at some point in the NFL draft. Flipping the bird 85 with another 5 here. CD Deuce, Jalen Mills, they could be the starting safeties. Reed Blankenship can be the third safety. Not a horrible move whatsoever. I absolutely love that. I would love C.J. Gardner-Johnson and Jalen Mills. Mills would need a little bit of an acclimation period. Hasn't really played full-time safety since 2020. So he'd go back there, and him and CD Deuce are 2 guys who you can use all across the football field to a certain degree and use them as diverse, versatile weapons. And then Reed Blankenship as your third safety, he'd be a better third safety than Kayvon Wallace. So every 100 likes, Trace will do a freedom funnel. 200 people watching live. 20 likes away.
Come on.
From 100.
Come on.
Can we get there in the next 30 seconds? I'm testing out the Bird Gang here. Can we get to 100 likes in the next 30 seconds? We're now 18 away with 200 people watching live. That would mean about a 50% viewer participation rate. Hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. If you want to see Trace do his freedom funnel, we're about 15 seconds in. LFX. Come on. Another 5. Best sports channel on YouTube. Real one. It's a real one. Roll call. LFX. 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 LFX.
Hey, you need to lay me.
I need to lay you. A couple of times, right?
Couple times.
3 more lays?
Lay me up. Get me laid up.
That's 3 more lays for Trace for Marcus Mariota. With 3 more $5 super chats.
The amount of lays I got, I might have to tell my ex-girlfriend I've moved on.
1 like away from 100. That's the elite. That's the elite right there. 220 people watching live. 3 consecutive $5 super chats.
Let's go.
I'll chug to that. Green beers for St. Patty's Day. Kind of blends in with our green screen. But what's funny is you go here, you can't really see it, right?
It's so hilarious.
And then you go in front of me, and the
it's
beer
green again.
returns. It reappears.
That is so elite. Ayo, Jason Chadwick
Chadwick again. Let's go flipping the bird 85 and Jason Chadwick super chat MVPs thus far. They're crushing it. I want Bijan Robinson or Jahmyr Gibbs. It would take over the NFL. I really like Jahmyr Gibbs. I really like Bijan Robinson. And Jahmyr and Bijan, both backs who were really good pass catchers out of the backfield. But if you look at their gap decisions on where they run the football, both of them can run in between the tackles, but also they do have the athleticism to get out to the perimeter as well. Both have slot receiver ability. Both have screen pass ability out of the backfield. Potion! But with Bijan and Gibbs, I think they're both available potentially at number 30. If you go, I don't know if you go cornerback at number 10 any longer, because now you have Greedy Williams, Darius Slay, and James Bradberry. So the Eagles still might not draft a cornerback for the first time since Lito Shepherd in the early 2000s. I think they go defensive line, edge, D tackle, maybe offensive tackle, and then at number 30, if they do stay put, I'm not sold that they do, maybe there. They could go running back as a luxury item, but then what's your backfield and how are you going to divvy up those carries? Rashaad Penny, 1-year deal. Boston Scott back on a 1-year deal. Kenny Gainwell, entering year 3. You're paying 3 backs a combined $2.5 million. That late first-round pick wouldn't be making a lot of money either. Potion! 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 We did the intro today, Potion. Here's the deal, though. Miles Sanders was on it, and now Miles Sanders ain't on the team anymore.
We're going to need a new
So
one.
we played the intro song, and I'm like, you know what?
We need a new one.
Jalen and Booby. It's no more Booby. It's no more Booby.
Let's get in the stew, Potion. Let's get into the damn
Might have to get back in the stew.
Come on.
Can't go wrong with early afternoon savage mode. Trace got laid already, and he's spitting heat. Chug that shit for the boys. Go Birds!
Go Birds!
Potion the legend. Beer cheers to you.
I'm going to take a shot for Potion just because that's my guy. That's just because that's my guy. Cheers, brother.
Sounds like we need a remix. No rush, but yeah.
Remix.
Potion remix. Peter Thurman is here saying facts.
We got to 100 likes, by the way.
We got to 100 likes, so that's a freedom
I owe
funnel,
a freedom funnel
for Trizzy Trace.
I owe a freedom funnel.
See, we're basically trying to get the happy hour started.
Now.
We started at about 12:30 Central Time, but we're trying to get the happy hour started now so that after work we can just go to the bar and watch the NCAA tournament because we've been grinding, we've been hustling, we've been putting in that work the last couple of days. Haven't been able to watch much NCAA tournament. Now we are able to, though, and we're really excited to watch some games after work. So we're getting the party started right now. Trace with the freedom funnel. All right, wish it into existence. Type those 2 3s to get CJ Gardner-Johnson back because coming up next, live on Philadelphia Eagles now, we're about to talk about Jalen Mills and a return potentially, CJ Gardner-Johnson. Then we'll go back and really rehash the Marcus Mariota signing as well as Greedy Williams. Update a look at what's happening in the NCAA tournament. Michigan State is currently up with about 7 minutes left to go in the second half, 58-49. Kennesaw State up 47-38 on Xavier. Seeps might be in shambles. He's live on Raiders right now, but he went there. Baylor on UC Santa Barbara up 22-20 in the early going. Those are the current NCAA tournament games that are happening right now, and we'll continue to relay that information, but of course talk Philadelphia Eagles here as well. So don't be scared. We're about to start the show. I want everybody to rapid fire type E down in the comment section. Give me those E's for the Philadelphia Eagles. I see Mo is already ahead of the pack doing that. So type those E's down in the chat. Rapid fire type those E's. And we still have 200 people watching live, only 122 likes. So make sure you smash that thumbs up icon, like the video. Lamont Lancaster, Big E, Undisputed, KJ Miller, Mo Amari, Lamont Lancaster. He continues to do it. D-Lo, Riding the Bench podcast, Potion, Jason Tatum. Oh, man, Jason Tatum is watching the show. Markelle Fultz over Jason Tatum. A draft mistake and mishap that I'll never forget. Jason again! Today's MVPs, Flipping the Bird, 85, and Jason Chadwick. Jason Chadwick sent in another super chat. We'll answer that, and then we'll get the official show started. As already, we've been live for about 22 minutes. A little bit of a pregame here, and then we'll start the official show to start talking about the Birds. Jason Chadwick, is Eckler still an option, or Zeke if we need to bring in a big running back? Zeke is cooked. Zeke is washed. I don't want Ezekiel Elliott eating at Lincoln Financial Field. Austin Eckler, I would have been interested in it. He's making less than $6 million this upcoming season, but by bringing back Rashaad Penny and Boston Scott, and you have 2 first-round picks that could go to a running back at number 30 in specific, I don't think that they're going to bring in Austin Eckler. Financially and roster-wise, it does not make a lot of sense. All right, continue to type those E's like Martin White, Mo, Jason Tatum, JB. Continue to send in those super chats. Continue to hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. And with that, we start the official show. Day 5 of NFL free agency. It's our free agency special here on Philadelphia Eagles. Now, let's talk some Birds. EAGLES. Let's hop in. All right, welcome in. This is Philadelphia Eagles, now by Chat Sports. It's day 5 of 2023 NFL free agency, and there's a lot to talk about. First, though, shout out to our sponsor, Kanzuri, for making today's show possible. 15% off of their height-boosting shoes at kanzuri.com/chat. Let's tell you more about this brand new sponsor. Fellas, are you tired of feeling insecure about your height? Some people are. Kanzuri makes shoes that can add up to 2.8 inches to your height, all discreetly. Women get heels, makeup, and push-up bras. Why can't men get a confidence boost as well? We're all the same height lying down anyway, if you know what I mean. Kanzuri shoes are not only height-boosting, but also stylish and comfortable. They're not grandpa's Velcro shoes, though, but fashionable shoes that can receive compliments even without the height increase. The height insoles are integrated into the shoes, making it the ultimate height hack. And for a limited time only, Kanzuri offering our viewers an exclusive discount of 15% off on top of their 30% site-wide discount. Make sure you use the code CHAT at kanzuri.com/chat. That's CONZURI.com/chat. When I want to get high, I put on a pair of Kanzuris. The link is available in the comment section and in the description of this video. So as I said, a lot to discuss here on day 5 of free agency. Eagles making no moves today as of right now, but late last night, signed Marcus Mariota to backup quarterback Jalen Hurts. We'll talk about him more in depth at the tail end of today's show, as well as Greedy Williams. But an interesting development here across the NFL with ties and familiarity to Philadelphia. Adam Schefter with this just moments ago that the Patriots are releasing defensive back Jalen Mills. The release saves New England about $5 million on this year's salary cap. Here's the thought process with Jalen Mills. If the Eagles do lose C.J. Gardner-Johnson, could Jalen Mills, who has played corner, outside slot, and has played safety so far in his NFL career, come back on a discounted price and play safety for this football team? Another thought is that Jalen Mills can be brought in to play safety. He was a fan favorite for a long time, also known as the Green Goblin. And could you also bring back C.J. Gardner-Johnson? And then your safety trio would have depth and pretty solid talent with Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Jalen Mills, and Reed Blankenship, who took some strides last year. Here is Jalen Mills' positional breakdown, and I guarantee you this, a lot of other Eagles YouTube channels aren't going this deep on this type of stuff. This is why you subscribe. In 2016, he played 16 games at defensive back, where he was used versatility-wise by this Eagles defense in that year. 2017, second year under Jim Schwartz, who happened to love Jalen Mills, he played 15 games at left cornerback specifically. In 2018, missed some time after that Super Bowl season, only played 8 games at left cornerback. 2019, 9 games at left cornerback as he came back from that injury the year before. Here's where things start to get interesting, and why we're talking about it right now, is that in 2020, Jalen Mills' final year as an Eagle, in a contract year, he played 15 games at free safety, but was used all around the football field as a corner, safety, and chess piece in this Eagles defense. That then led to him getting signed by the New England Patriots as a cornerback, where he played 16 games at right corner. But in 2022, he was once again used, like he was by Jim Schwartz, by Bill Belichick, as Schwartz and Bill Belichick used to work with one another in the early 1990s with the Cleveland Browns all around the football field. And we're talking about an experienced player here. 89 games throughout his NFL career and nearly 80 starts. You look at what he's done throughout his career, the aforementioned 89 games, 52 pass breakups, 361 tackles to go along with 7 interceptions. I think that Mills could be an affordable option. He could play corner, he could play safety, but after the acquisition and signing of Greedy Williams, the purpose of this conversation, you would bring the Green Goblin back as a safety, either as a starter or as a depth piece, ideally for an affordable price. So with that, today's poll question is this. We want to hear from you down in the comment section. So fly, Eagles, fly down to the comment section right now so that you can share your thoughts. Should the Eagles bring back a former Eagle, who a lot of people really, really like? Type his initials for yes, JM, or O for you want another option. As for the latest on CJ Gardner-Johnson, a couple of teams reportedly interested in Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. It includes the Cincinnati Bengals, who lost Jesse Bates, the Denver Broncos, and of course, his former team in the Philadelphia Eagles, among the teams showing interest in him. And this has been a pretty fascinating free agency period for CJ Gardner-Johnson. You would think with how he played last year, he would have a pretty vast market. Up to this point, though, he remains unsigned as one of the top safety options in this free agency class on day 5 of free agency. And because of that, yesterday on Thursday, he tweeted this and then deleted it. The disrespect is real. And then the day before that, he tweeted out a couple of periods because, I don't know, maybe he's trying to get the conversation going. But the disrespect is real part. Is that because CJ Gardner-Johnson believes that he should get paid, he's not getting paid, or he's receiving contract offers that he believes are far below the asking price that he believes he should be seeking? Now, you look at some of the other big-time safeties who have signed deals so far in free agency. And honestly, I know that CJ Gardner-Johnson only played 1 year of safety this past year, but I think that the versatility to his game, playing slot corner, playing safety, being a ball hawk, having anticipatory skills, being able to read concepts offensively to get a beat on the football, to pick off a league-high 6 passes this past year, makes him very, very valuable. And honestly, after watching the tape all year and seeing him within this Eagles defense throughout the entire 2022 campaign, I think that CJ Gardner-Johnson is up there with the Jesse Bates as well as a Jordan Poyer, and he probably wants to get paid as such. So Jordan Poyer, it was a 2-year deal. He made a lot of money. And Trace, if we could go back to the Jesse Bates contract, CD Deuce is probably looking at a 4-year, $64 million deal with $36 million guaranteed. He doesn't have the safety experience of Jesse Bates, but he's 25 years old. He could be a building block and a pillar for your defense. He probably wants something in that neighborhood, and as of right now, he's not getting it. And my read on the situation after that tweet from CJGJ is that he's not happy with the market. He believes that he should be getting higher offers that are more lucrative, and up to this point, he hasn't gotten them yet. If I'm Philadelphia, I'm bringing him back, and if they bring him back, my goodness, genius work by Howie Roseman to somehow retain Darius Slay, bring back James Bradberry, Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, and also, hopefully, CJ Gardner-Johnson. So, let's all get together here. He spent 1 year in Philadelphia. Hopefully, he spends more years in Philadelphia, but it's pretty telling that a player of this ilk who was only here for 1 year became a fan favorite immediately. So much so that Brian Dawkins was asked, what jersey would you get for a current Eagle? He said, that number 23. I like that guy. He can be used like Malcolm Jenkins. He can be used like the Honey Badger. Let's hope that he comes back. And let's all collectively together wish it into existence by typing those 2 3s down below. Make sure you also subscribe to the channel as you venture down to the comment section because our Eagles free agency coverage has been awesome. I think we've had breaking news almost every night this week on the channel. And when I've been at the crib, we've been cooking up videos and shows. Last night, for instance, Eagles signed Marcus Mariota, who we're about to talk about. It was midnight Central Time. I was on the mic at the at-home studio talking about it. Nobody's doing what we're doing, so lock us in and subscribe. As for Marcus Mariota, signed with the Eagles last night late on Thursday. It technically was Friday, as Howie Roseman does not sleep, on a 1-year, $5 million deal, which is worth up to $8 million with playing time incentives and performance incentives. And I've said this a couple of times as we talked about the backup quarterback position. I thought that Mariota made a lot of sense because Jalen Hurts has missed 4 starts in his 2 seasons as a starter. He's an agile, mobile quarterback, as the Eagles like to run a lot of RPO, quarterback power. They like to get the quarterback on the move. And if Hurts were to miss some time, there wouldn't be a massive change in the defensive scheme going from Hurts to Marcus Mariota. And worlds are colliding here, right? Because everybody wanted the Eagles to do the deal back in 2015 when Chip Kelly was the coach and trade up for Mariota. The rumored deal at that time is pretty funny to look back on. The Eagles were offering like 2 first-round picks, Fletcher Cox and Brandon Boykin, to try to move up to team up Marcus Mariota, who won a Heisman at Oregon with Chip Kelly, and then reunite them in Philadelphia. I think that Mariota's career could have worked out a little bit different if that ended up being the case. But then, if you draft Mariota, then do you win a Super Bowl in 2017? Because you probably do not have Carson Wentz at that point, as well as Doug Peterson. Revisionist history is certainly interesting. So I like the Mariota deal. This is an organization that has always invested in the backup quarterback position. A.J. Feely, Coy Detmer, Jeff Garcia, Nick Foles, Michael Vick, Gardner Minshew. They're doing it once again with Mariota. I think there's a better player in there. I just don't think that he's had a great coaching staff to really help him so far in his NFL career. As for Greedy Williams, signed with the Eagles last night as well. 1-year deal is currently what is being reported. Not sure what the contract is in terms of the money. It's going to be an affordable short-term deal, I imagine. This is a guy who was a second-round pick out of LSU in 2019. In 2021, he had 10 pass breakups. He actually played pretty well. Last year, hurt to start the year. Once he got back healthy, he was pretty much a healthy scratch to end the regular season. But Joe Woods was the Browns defensive coordinator. He was awful. He got fired. That Browns defense was a joke. I think Greedy is looking at this as an opportunity to really revive his career, rejuvenate his career, go to an organization that's actually well-run, unlike the Cleveland Browns, that has stability and culture, unlike the Cleveland Browns. And if he does play well, and I think he is, because he's not going to be going up against number 1 wide receivers, because he's playing alongside Darius Slay, James Bradberry, and Avonte Maddox. He plays well this year, then he cashes in as a player with some pedigree who's still in his mid-20s. Appreciate all of you for watching the show. Make sure you interact with me on Twitter and Instagram at Chase_Senior. Y'all are the best. You make weeks like this a lot of fun, where we barely slept. We have worked a ton. Really, we're not off the clock ever, but we do it for y'all. So we appreciate the support. Give me a follow. Feel free to slide in my DMs if you have a question or you just want to say anything at Chase_Senior. All right, flipping the bird, 85 with the $5 super chat. That came in. I'm going to give you a green beer cheers because it is St. Patrick's Day.
Gotta lay me. I'm sorry, man.
I got to lay Trace again. Marcus Mariota, the Eagles. We're going to give him the big lay here.
Yeah.
We're going to give him the big lay. Anytime somebody sends in a $5 super chat, we put a lay on Trace because Marcus Mariota from Hawaii. You see what we're doing there? We're having fun.
Starting
no other channels doing
Starting
this.
that up, too.
Flipping the bird, 85. Jalen Carter. Go back to that one. Jalen Carter and Bijan Robinson in the first round for the Birds would be a Rapsy-Scapsy's rap for the NFL. Run it back. Run it back as NFC champions. I'm all in. I think that the NFC is pretty much wide open. It's there for the Eagles taking. I think there are 3 legitimate teams that are going to be serious factors in the NFC. It's the Birds, it's the Niners, and surprisingly, the Detroit Lions. I think the Dallas Cowboys, pretty good squad, but other than that, I think that this NFC is up for grabs for Philadelphia to, in fact, run it back, as Flipping the Bird 85 did allude to there. And you just can't count on the Cowboys to do anything meaningful when the games are actually meaningful. That's why I like the Eagles here. Jason Chadwick.
They also haven't gotten any better already. Like, they haven't really
They traded
much.
for Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah.
He's a better number 2 corner than what they had last year. I like the deal. They gave up, a fifth? And they're paying him $10 million. But, look.
It's the Cowboys.
It's A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith who you're going up against. And Diggs is more of a bait corner who gets aggressive, not as good of a coverage corner, and a terrible tackler for that matter. Flipping the Bird 85, thank you for that $5 super chat. Jason Chadwick with another $2 super chat. He's been peppering in those twos. Should we get Miles Jack or Bobby Wagner to teach Nakobe Dean? I think they like Sean Bradley, actually. I think they might go Nakobe Dean, Sean Bradley. I would not disagree with the signing of a veteran like Bobby Wagner or Miles Jack. I think that Wagner would be able to bring a lot to this defense, and I would like it. He was one of the highest graded linebackers last year, according to Pro Football Focus. He's old. He can still play, though. In 9 seasons, he's been named to an All-Pro team, and he's been very, very durable. I'd be in $3-4 million. Howie Roseman, make it work. But priority number 1 for me, C.J. Gardner-Johnson. All right, a lot of new people are tuned into the show. It's St. Patrick's Day, so we have a St. Patrick's Day Super Chat menu. If you don't know what a Super Chat is, it's that rectangle box right beneath the comment section with the $sign there. So you can send in a donation, and we'll do whatever fits the criteria here. $5, because the Eagles signed Marcus Mariota, we have a bunch of lays that we're putting on Trace, clearly. You can see what we're doing here. $10, we're going to do a green beer chug. That's what we've been doing throughout the show. $20, we haven't got any of those yet. We'll do some green St. Patty's Day shots. $50, a shotgun or a funnel. And Trace already did a $100 Super Chat green beer bong, thanks to our guy, Flippin' the Bird 85. It's Chadwick and Flippin' the Bird as our two Super Chat MVPs. If you want to join the party and join the MVP list, you got to send in a Super Chat $20 or more and be a real one. If you do want to be involved with the show, a few ways for you to do that. If you want your questions answered, your hot takes, your analysis popped up on the screen, use the hashtag Eagles. You see how many comments come in here on the comment section. By using the hashtag Eagles, it allows producer Trizzy Trace to filter through everything and pop up those hashtag Eagles. And if you send in a super chat, you will skip the line and we will answer your questions first. So to summarize that, hashtag Eagles, better yet, super chat to get featured on the show. As for what we're getting into next, we are going to talk Eagles free agency tracker to take a look at what they have done so far in NFL free agency. They've been pretty active. We're still awaiting, hopefully, the move of Chauncey Gardner-Johnson and his return to Philadelphia. But as of right now, some pretty good moves by Howie Roseman and the crew. Sharon Grady said, I love your intro. Thank you so much, Sharon. You can thank the legend Potion, who sent in a $10 super chat earlier and is an absolute real one, a diehard Eagles fan from Las Vegas. We love Potion. He put that together. The beat, the bars, and then I edited the video on top of that. So thank Potion for that. More comments here. Mo, Logan, Mike Sadell, bring back Jalen Mills at safety. Mike, he played safety in 2020 for Philadelphia in a contract year and actually played pretty well. His Pro Football Focus grades were very, very similar, actually, to C.J. Gardner-Johnson's grades this past season. Jason Chadwick, another 5. That's another lay for Trace.
Man, I'm just getting so lucky today. This is amazing.
We're getting Trace laid today.
I'm getting so lucky.
That's another lay for Trace.
Laid left and right, baby. Let's go.
We're up to $168 in Super Chats. If we get to 200 by the end of our next segment, I will chug this entire green beer here.
And also,
so we're $32 away from that.
We're 50 likes away from another Freedom Funnel.
50 likes away from another Freedom Funnel. 256 people watching live. Make sure you hit that thumbs up icon and you like the video. When we get to 200 likes, Trizzy will do another Freedom Funnel. It's the Philadelphia Eagles, right? And the eagle is our nation's bird and icon, and Philadelphia, America's birthplace. So if you're liking the show, you love the birds, and you want to support us, make sure you hit that thumbs up icon and you like the video. Jonathan Harvey, Jalen Mills is slow-footed. Yeah, but you're not as worried about him being slow-footed if he's a safety and not a corner. I know that he was a product of some criticism when he was playing corner for the Eagles. He's kind of a dog, though. I love his toughness. I love his swagger. I love his confidence. If he gets beat once, he'll come back and make another big play. So to bring him back at safety for a cheap option, that's something that I imagine Howie Roseman is maybe thinking about right now. Philly 1011, another 5. That's another lay for Trace. That's 2 more lays for him. 2 more lays for Trizzy. As we continue to get them laid. Get Trace laid. Get Trace laid. Get Trace laid. Get Trace laid. Philly 1011. Trade out of 30 to the second round for Josh Downs or Texas A&M safety Antonio Johnson. That's a dream scenario for me. What is yours? I wouldn't hate a trade back out of 30. I think that is something that Howie Roseman is certainly thinking about. And really, is there a massive difference between 30 and 40-45 if you get either a player or draft compensation for sliding back in the NFL draft? I don't think so. Now, you mentioned Josh Downs or Antonio Johnson at safety. I really like Brian Branch at Alabama, but in the second round, he might be a little bit of a reach. I just love his instinctual style to the game of football. So Brian Branch is a guy who I'm keeping my eye on for Philadelphia here. Philly, thank you for that 5. That gets us to 173 in Super Chats. Jason Chadwick again. See what he's doing? Just a bunch of $2 Super Chats, and then we answer his questions right away. Very smart decision-making there by Jason. And, of course, we appreciate all of the donations as well. Chip Kelly would be proud. Mariota is an awesome fit. I think that he's a pretty awesome fit as well. It's been somewhat unfortunate what's happened in his career. He's never lived up to expectations. He's had a couple of rocky coaches. He's had some rocky environments in which he's not been able to thrive in. But this is an Eagles culture and an environment that prides itself on player development, on guys feeling comfortable. A lot of people have an issue with Mariota leaving the team after he got benched last year, and they are trying to say that he has bad character. Or was he just in a bad spot mentally and really discouraged with the season that he had? Started off solid, ended it pretty poorly, fizzled out. Look, he's not a starter in this league. He's a backup, and that's what you're paying him to do. That's what you're bringing him in to do. Michael Caldani, Chauncey needs to stop playing around and just sign with the Eagles. All this is unnecessary. It's going to backfire on him the longer he waits to sign. Michael, I don't think it's on him. I think that he expected to have more of a vast market, and he doesn't have that vast market. Mike, $20. That's our first shot of the day. First green shot. Mike. And how about this? Dallas Cowboys glass. We're going to be drinking the Cowboys blood here on St. Patrick's Day. Or their tears, however you want to put it. How about some Cowboys tears? Mike, thank you for that $20 super chat. That gets us $5 away. $5 away from 200. And I had said if we got to 200 by the end of our upcoming segment, which we haven't started already, I would chug this entire green beer. Let's get to this one from Mike. It's a pretty good one. How do we feel about an aging, likely expensive Bobby Wagner? I actually, Mike, don't think that he would be that expensive. He said his goal right now is to chase the Super Bowl. He has one with the Seattle Seahawks. He went to the Rams thinking they were going to try to run it back. Didn't work out that way. At this point of his career, 9-time All-Pro selection. He gets another Super Bowl, adds to the resume. I already think that he is going to be a future Hall of Famer. But if you get him at $3.5–4 million, I would honestly be interested in that. And I'd like to bring him in. Him, Nakobe Dean, and Sean Bradley. It's a pretty good linebacking core there. And keep in mind that the Eagles oftentimes, they have a versatile defense with their scheme. Now, of course, we don't know exactly what Sean Desai is going to run, but he's a Vic Fangio disciple. Vic Fangio, a big 3-4 guy, but with Hassan Reddick, sometimes they had 3 down defensive linemen. Sometimes they had 4. Sometimes Reddick was the stand-up pass rusher. Sometimes they only rushed 3. It's very multiple, their defensive scheme. Again, we'll see what Sean Desai necessarily runs. But Bobby Wagner could be a nice little choice there. Got past 200. That's official. And a couple more lays for Trace. Couple more lays for Trace. He'll put on those lays that I just handed him. Jason Chadwick. Damn. Got to go to work, but here's the last one. Dono. Jason. Today's MVPs flipping the bird 85 and Jason Chadwick. Everybody type JC. He's leaving. Thank you so much for being a part of the show today, Jason. We do appreciate that. And then another 5. Couple more 5s actually came in. Jameer CP and Mr. Gooder. Jameer. What up, Jameer? Should the Eagles look at Taylor Rapp? I saw he was visiting the New England Patriots. I think the Patriots are a team that can afford him and pay him a little bit more money than Philadelphia. And did New England release Jalen Mills, which saved them $5 million to then bring in Taylor Rapp? I think that could be the domino effect there for the Patriots. He's a solid player. I'd think about it. I just think he's out of their price range right now for what they're looking for. And let's see, Mr. Gooder. Howie, bring home CJ Gardner-Johnson. Go Birds. CJ. We'll even do a prayer here. We'll do a prayer here on Eagles Now. And if Chauncey Gardner-Johnson returns, you can thank us for him returning because we're the ones who's speaking it into existence. We're the ones who are getting the good vibes going. You have Trizzy Trace in the Kelly Green Eagles jersey on St. Patty's Day. You have me in the midnight green shirt here. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson returned to Philadelphia.
Please.
This is our group prayer circle. We're trying to speak it into existence. Number 23, please come back to the Birds. We love you. We love you. Wow, the fives are peppering in right now. Let's go.
Hey, they're trying to get me lucky, baby.
Trying to get Trace lucky. I actually have to send a message to the rest of the work crew to bring in some more lays because we're out of lays.
We're out of lays.
We've put so many on Trace.
I've gotten laid
we are
so
out
much.
of lays.
I've gotten laid so much, I'm almost out of it. I'm almost out.
Let me send a message here.
We're just gonna take a second, reset, and we'll be ready to go in about 10 to 15 minutes. Giggity. Adrian Branch, how do you feel about Jordan Davis and his progress in his first season? Honestly, I expected more out of him. I mean,
look, if you look at the previous history of defensive tackles, for instance, let's talk about a guy like Chris Jones. He got drafted by the Chiefs. He really didn't do anything. His first couple of years in the NFL, he was somewhat silent. Then he's really started to come into his own. And for Jordan Davis, he wasn't getting a lot of playing time because the Eagles, they had options there in Javon Hargrave and Fletcher Cox who were above the depth chart. So for Jordan Davis, he wasn't getting a lot of playing time, but when he did get some run, when he did get some tick, I actually thought that he was a pretty dominant force. Shoot, if you remember, and this play kind of went under the radar, he leveled Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl at one point, and I was like, how did Patrick Mahomes get up from that hit? He had a couple of plays throughout this past year in which he made some dynamic plays, and although maybe he wasn't the one getting the sack or the tackle, he's the one who broke down the offensive line. He's the one that demanded a double team, which then allowed a pass rush lane to open or a rush lane open for another player to make a play. So it's not always about the stat sheet with him. It's the overall impact of his presence. Here's where he needs to get better. It's with his conditioning, because coming out of Georgia, people didn't know if he was a 2-down player or a 3-down player. If he turns into a 3-down player, he could be a dominant force in this league. Adrian, thank you for that. We got executive producer Sam here bringing in some more lays.
I hope that by the end of the stream, I can't see.
Yeah, hopefully you can't see any longer.
That would be elite.
When I interviewed for this job, I was never told I'd have to untangle.
Yes. Sam on his job today is untangling lays. But that's a good problem to have because we're getting a lot of $5 super chats. Lamont, the homie, it's been a blast interacting with you here on the show, as well as on Twitter and Instagram. You're the man. Lamont with the 5. Jason Chadwick with another one. Another $2 super chat. He said he was done.
He said, hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished?
Legendary. Jason Chadwick, what a day. All right, one more. Go Birds. See you later, Eagle fam. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
Chase, before we get into the next segment, can I do a minute shot clock for just 1 minute?
Yes.
1 minute.
Because we're 28 likes away from 200.
We're 28 likes away from 200. If we can get to 200 likes, that means I'm taking a Freedom Funnel. Every $10 that comes in the next minute, I'm taking a shot. I got Irish whiskey right here. Wow. I'm ready to go.
Irish whiskey for St. Patty's
I'm
Day.
ready to go.
So every 10 that comes in over 2 minutes, you said? You're doing a shot?
Yeah. Let's go.
All right.
Let's do it.
And if we get to 200 likes, as we're 27 away now, he'll do a Freedom Funnel once we get to 200.
Come on. Let's have some fun.
And in the meantime, we got past 200 in Super Chats. I said I'd chug this entire green beer. So here we go.
Chug, 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 chug. Holy shit, you deleted that. Wow.
Let's go.
Wow.
I think I'm untangling these, but I really can't.
That's fine. He could just throw
That's
them all
good
on,
enough.
honestly.
That's good
I
enough.
might have just made it worse.
That's good enough.
This one, there's
There we
That's
go. You
fine.
got
Trace
these
will
two?
figure it out. Just put them on the table.
There you
We'll
go.
figure it out, Sammy.
There you go.
We appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you, homie.
Wow, a lot of lays on Trace. Get Trace laid. Get Trace laid. Get Trace laid.
Woo!
15 likes away from 200.
Come on.
Once we get to 200, another freedom funnel for Trizzy.
Come on. Help me out. Help me out. We need 14 likes. Don't
So
shop-
somebody said, Adrian Branch said, show the bottle. The bottle's right there. There we go. That is legitimate Irish whiskey right there. And then the green beers, we poured into the glass because we don't have beer bottles. We only have beer cans. What fun is it to put green dye in a beer can when you can't see it? So we
Exactly.
put it in the beer pints here. We put it in the beer pints.
It's a green pint. It's a green
14
pint.
likes away from 200.
Come on. Like this video. Like this video. Like this video.
I'll also go 50% off here over the next 2 minutes, and then we'll get into our next segment. 50% off the next 2 minutes. I'm slashing the shotgun price in half. $20 super chat. I'll shotgun another beer.
Come on.
$20 super chat, I'll shotgun another beer. So that's more
Come
than
on.
50% off. That's like 55% off. So we'll do that over the next 2 minutes.
Come
Let's
on.
do a comment driver in the meantime there, Trace. 10 likes away from 200.
How badly do y'all want CJ Gardner-Johnson back?
Type those 23s
Get the
in the
23s
chat.
in the chat.
Type
How
those
bad?
23s in the chat.
How desperate are you to get CJ GJ back in Philly?
Let's wish it into existence
Come on.
here.
Don't jinx it. Don't be the reason he doesn't come back.
We need Chauncey back with the Birds.
Everyone type 23. Dude, Baylor might lose. Baylor's losing at halftime.
Baylor's
36
losing to
35.
UC Santa Barbara. 50 seconds into our 2-minute shot clock here. 5 likes away
Come on.
from 200. KJ Miller, you're a real one.
Come on.
I see you typing those 2 threes.
Come on.
Mark Larson, 2-3. Lamont, Mike, James, Luther, Tyrone, KJ, Nick, Philly, James, Tyrone, Adrian. Where's our guy D. Adrian? He was our Super Chat MVP the other day when producer Cowboy Coop was on the show. He was making it rain. Where's D. Adrian Hawthorne? KJ Miller typing those threes. 4 likes away from
Come on.
200. I think that we could get there before our next segment.
Come on.
20 seconds left on the shot clock for a $20 shotgun here. Jaquarin Robinson, Dan, a couple of new commenters here. Luther Franklin, Lamont, our commenter MVPs today. Luther and Lamont. Fanzo Gamer, bring Jalen Mills back. We talked about that a little while ago. Philly 1011, he sent in a super chat earlier. He's typing those 2 threes.
We need 3 more likes, y'all. 3 more likes.
3
Come
more
on.
likes, now
Come
2
on.
more.
Come on. Like the dang video. There's 210 people watching. I know that there's at least 2 of y'all who haven't liked the video.
Luther and Lamont, our commenter MVPs. I put it into the chat. Our super chat MVPs. Flipping the Bird 85. He sent in $117. And then our guy, Jason Chadwick, who sent in a bunch of 2s. That's 200.
There we go.
That's a freedom funnel for Trizzy.
There we go.
How about you put some of that Irish whiskey in there?
I will.
How about
I will.
that?
Do we have any beers? Are we out of beers?
I only have Happy Dads here.
Can you hand me a
You want
dad?
another daddy?
I will gladly take Happy Dads over beers. Because that, like you said to your point, I feel like fine after a chug.
Past 200 likes, we're ringing the Liberty Bell. That's another freedom funnel for the Triz man.
Can we also get some F Dallases in the chat?
F Dallas.
Cowboys. Just get the comment section looking like a typical
Sterling Alba.
Hey!
Sterling is back.
He's back!
What's up, Sterling?
Guess who's back?
Peter Thurman is still here. Luther and Lamont. 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 Bill Haynes is hanging out too. Sterling. Sterling. LJ Weaver, Luther Franklin giving us an F Dallas. Free Wolfpack, how do you think the next season will go? Eagles can easily win the NFC, in my opinion.
Cheers.
Peter Thurman typing those 2 threes. James Anderson, Lamont, Philly 101, James Anderson, Mark Larson, Dan, all giving us an F Dallas. You'll love to see it. F Dallas. Now, we currently live in Dallas because of Chat Sports Studios. We're a national network. We're based in Dallas. I love living here. When you wake up and in February, January, you have 70, 80 degrees, no state income tax, very affordable, plenty to do, good bar scene, good food scene, good music scene. It's great to live down here. But fuck the Cowboys is always the motto.
Fuck the Cowboys. But, I mean, to your point of fun stuff, Chase and I went to a concert a couple weeks ago, and then after the concert, we were like, let's keep the vibes going. We stumbled into a bar that was just rocking out, having great vibes. I mean, it's... Oh!
Hey! KJ!
Let's go!
Let's go, KJ!
That's hype, KJ. That's what we're talking about, brother.
Another green shot.
Jahmyr Gibbs, or Gibson.
$10 super chat. We're going to do a fuck Dallas. We'll do that for a $10 super chat, and then we'll carry that into No One Likes Us, We Don't Care. Pretty elite combination right there.
And then we will
tag,
and then we could always tweet the video out and tag Tom Downey.
And then we'll go Fly Eagles Fly. So the trifecta. We'll chant F Dallas. We'll carry that into No One Likes Us, and then we'll go Fly Eagles Fly for a $10 super chat.
You're telling me for $10 we get 3 songs?
3 songs for $10.
Wow. That's a deal.
KJ Miller, Jahmyr Gibson, Bijan Robinson at pick 30. Who has the edge if you're Howie? Who are you picking? I'm going Bijan Robinson, but this might surprise some. I don't think that it's that far apart. I don't think that these 2 players are greatly separating from one another. I think that Jahmyr Gibbs is really good. I think Bijan Robinson is really good. Bijan has like generational ability. Jahmyr Gibbs, though, is a very, very special player who offers a lot of what Bijan Robinson brings to the football field. Pass catching ability, very good runner. I'd say that Bijan's balance, power combination, and speed combination are a little bit better. I'd also say that Bijan has more Christian McCaffrey to his game than Jahmyr Robinson because he can literally line up at the slot, catch wheel routes out of the backfield, but if you give him a handoff, he's good to go anywhere on the field. Gibbs, good pass catching back out of the backfield, very good runner, whose gap decisions are very reminiscent of Bijan Robinson. Not quite the generational ability, but a very, very good player who I think is going to be a productive NFL player for a long time. And he did it at Alabama. Micro Mike. He's
I can
back.
pop it up. I'm going to pop that up.
Trizzy Trace was born under a star in a manger over 2,000 years ago. So every time somebody sends in a $5 super chat, by the way, Mike Kimber, also known as Micro Mike, host of Detroit Lions Talk.
Legend.
Mike, the Lions, is this the most anticipated season ever for Detroit? I love their roster. Emmanuel Mosley, a great value signing. Cam Sutton, awesome. They needed defensive backs. They got 2 very good ones. And with how they ended the year last year, picking up David Montgomery, I love what the Lions have done. They can win the NFC. I believe. And here's Micro Mike. Make sure you give him a shout.
Hit him up.
Yeah.
What did he
Mike
say,
is the
Trace?
guy.
He's the guy. He was born in a star, under a star in a manger over 2,000 years ago. Mike, here's the thing. So every $5 super chat coming in, we're getting me laid. It's St. Patrick's Day. I'm feeling lucky. We're getting me laid for Marcus Mariota coming to the Eagles. So we're putting on the lays. Putting on the lays.
If you want to show him some love, there's his sub link there. It's Lions Today with Micro Mike.
You can
give him a sub.
He's the legend.
And support us here at Chat Sports. He's crushing it over there as one of the best independent creators and YouTubers in the game. No joke. We have a look at the numbers. Micro Mike is doing an awesome job. All right. There it is! There it is. There's the 10. So what we're going to do, F Dallas chant, carrying that into No One Likes Us, carrying that into Fly Eagles Fly. So let's go. Fuck Dallas. Fuck Dallas. Fuck Dallas. Fuck Dallas. All right. So that's the one. No one likes us. No one likes us. No one likes us. We don't care. We're from Philly, fucking Philly. No one likes us. We don't care. No one likes us. No one likes us. No one likes us. We don't care. We're the Eagles, the fucking Eagles. No one likes us. We don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory. Fly, Eagles, fly, score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high, and watch our Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles! Let's go.
Let's go.
$49 away from $300 in Super Chats. If we get there, and when we get there, I'll shotgun another drink.
Adrian!
Trade Avonte Maddox, injury prone and inconsistent. I think that the injury prone comments are a little bit exaggerated, not by much. I like Maddox as a player, but honestly, when they signed Greedy Williams, I know that he was more so drafted as an outside corner. I thought, okay, Maddox is making a decent amount of coin. Are they thinking about trading him away potentially and then having Greedy Williams as their slot corner? Now, for Maddox, he signed one of the better deals for a slot corner in the NFL. It was a 3-year deal at the time. Pretty much the final year of his contract is in 2024. But this upcoming season, he has a dead cap hit of 11.8, an overall cap hit of $4 million. So really, by cutting him or trading him away, it doesn't really help you financially at all. Where it does come into play is in 2024 when he has a cap hit of $10 million. That's where that is a little bit of a concern for Avonte Maddox. Jason Tatum, cry Eagles cry. Oh no, we're chanting today. We're having fun. We're not crying today. All right, let's take a look at this free agency tracker. What'd you say? Yes. Yeah, I saw it. Straight out of college. Yeah. Iron board. Yeah, I saw it. All right, so we're $49 away from 300 in Super Chats. We have probably just one more segment left to do. If we get to 300, I'll shotgun another Happy Dad. And here's our Super Chat St. Patrick's Day menu. $5, you see Trace. He's been putting on a lot of Marcus Mariota lays. We got him laid today multiple times. $10, a green beer chug. $20, a green tea. Not a green tea, a green shot for St. Patrick's Day. It's tequila that we put some dye in. $50 a shotgun or a freedom funnel. And then Trace already once today did a green beer bung. He'll do it again for another $100 Super Chat.
Tell me I won't do it.
Anybody who sends in a Super Chat remaining here on the show, any dollar figure, we're going to ring the Liberty Bell for you because Philadelphia is America's birthplace. Should be our nation's capital, but D.C. stole it from us.
D.C.? That place.
D.C. My sister lives there. It's a good city, but they stole the capital from us.
I've never been to D.C. I want to go.
It's a good spot.
I think it'd be fun.
For you, it'd be a good historical little field trip. For us growing up in the Philly area, I'm from Westchester, by the way. We'd go to the Washington Monument, the Lincoln Memorial, and all that stuff. Where are you from? Let us know in the comment section. For instance, I'm from Westchester, so I'm going to type Westchester here. Before we start our next segment, where are you from? Let us know. Oh, there's another Lions link if you want to do that. Westchester, that's where I'm from. Where are you from? Let us know. Where are you from? Not where you're at right now. Where are you from originally? For instance, I'm in Dallas, but I'm from Westchester. Waffle Crusher! Waffle Crusher! Waffle Crusher! Trenton from Quinton. LA from Andrew Nathan. Waffle Crusher. Camden right across the bridge. Lamont, North Philly. I lived on 19th and Cecil for 2 years when I was going to Temple. Used to hoop on 21st and Cecil. South Carolina from SC Birds fan, Allentown. Sean Rundle used to work at WNEP in Scranton. Texas from James Anderson. We're in Dallas right now. Woodstock, New York from Concrete. Oklahoma Sooner fan, Oklahoma City. Temple, Texas from James. KJ Miller, Virginia. Hyun Huang, Southwest Philly. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Waffle Crusher, y'all are awesome. You're awesome. Abington. My boy Cliff is from Abington. Dave W. JB, Southern Poconos, unfortunately more New York than Philly. That was in the WNEP coverage range. I was at WNEP from 2017 to 2021. So I was there a lot. Waffle Crusher, you can ball chase? Yes. I'm an elite shooter. Now, when it comes to being explosive, I don't have that. I kind of have like a Steve Nash, Luka Doncic type of game. Strong lower base. I'm not twitchy or athletic by any means, but I can light the world on fire with some three-pointers and a J.J. Redick, Kyle Korver way. That's my scouting profile. There you go. Lancaster, PA from Dan Rudolph. Nice. My grandma lives in Lancaster. My mom went to J.P. McCaskey. My dad grew up in Lancaster as well. I spent a lot of time there. Lancaster Brewing Company. Good spot. And then what's the other spot that I like? Slipping my mind right now. Phenomenal brewery. It's called... Shoot. Yeah, cool. Lancaster Brewery. What's it called? Place that I really, really like. Let me see. It's one of the more popular breweries there. It's right outside of downtown Lancaster. Springhouse. Springhouse Brewery is the one that I was talking about. Love Springhouse Brewery. Trogs from JB. That's more like Harrisburg, right? Travis Carr, Dallas. We're in Dallas right now. Warren Klingman. Making a solid point that could be realistic. Can't get CJ Gardner-Johnson, Slide Mills out there. His wheels aren't the same, so he can definitely play the box and give relief. Great tackler as well. Warren, great points right there. Jalen Mills played safety for the Eagles back in 2020. He actually played pretty well that year as Pro Football Focus grades. I went back and looked. Very similar to C.J. Gardner-Johnson, and I thought that C.J. Gardner-Johnson played a lot better than what the Pro Football Focus grades did indicate. Big General, South Carolina. Jason Tatum, cry Eagles cry. Going back to Warren Klingman and Jason Tatum, get out of here. Markelle Fultz over Tatum, I'll never get over it. Put a dagger in my heart. Look, I mean, if you can bring back C.J. Gardner-Johnson and Jalen Mills, and those are your starting safeties with Reed Blankenship as a backup, I'd happen to really, really like that. Jay Livingston tuned in from New York. Waffle Crusher, my man. My man. Trace went to use the bathroom. Once he comes back, we'll start this next segment. Eagles free agency tracker coming up next. Taking a look at all of the moves that the Eagles have made thus far in NFL free agency. KJ Miller, I think Ringo would be a nice pickup for the Eagles in the draft. He would be. At number 30, I think he'd be a really good value selection. How did they let Sanders go for the deal that he got with the Panthers? Travis Carr, he's making $6 million with Carolina. Some nice guaranteed money. What is it, $11 million in guaranteed cash? So he's making $6 million per year. The Eagles right now are paying Kenny Gainwell, Boston Scott, Rashaad Penny a combined $2.5 million in 2023. Classic Howie Roseman right there. What keys are you looking at for the draft from James Anderson? Defensive tackle, a young edge since you're getting older there. Cornerback, obviously. Future wide receiver 3. It is right in Howie Roseman's wheelhouse to go Paris Johnson or Peter Skoronski in the first round if they fall to the Eagles at 10 or if they have to trade up, because we're not sure how much Lane Johnson's going to play for, or at least how long he's going to play for. And they love those tackles who could also play guard if you lose Isaac Seumalo. I think that Cam Jurgens could slide out to guard. That's a possibility. Ghost man in Dallas, but I bleed green. I live in Dallas. Uptown. Keeping it real. Soda Can Eagle. Yo! Go Birds. TikTok Eagles dad, South Jersey. Nice. Dan Rudolph, Lancaster Zone. Draft Joey Porter and Brian Breesy. If you get Porter at 10, I'm cool with it. I like him a lot. Brian Breesy, if he falls to 30, I'd like it. I worry about the lack of college production and injuries for Brian Breesy. Is the greedy deal real from Nelson Cass? Yes, it is. Jay Livingston, Paris Johnson is a stud. He really is. I mean, he could be your future Lane Johnson replacement. You also lost Andre Dillard, so you don't have backup tackles. Good for Andre Dillard, by the way, cashing in a little bit. Do you think we get a running back in the first round, James Anderson? It is so unlike this organization to actually do that. But if Bijan's there at 30, I'm taking him. If you go BPA, best player available, I'm simply doing it. KJ Miller. I think DH would be nice, but his price tag is too much. Get a running back with a lot more upside in the draft. Oh, you're talking Derrick Henry? Yeah, way too much. He's also not a scheme fit. He's better in an offense in which the quarterback operates under center just so that he can get that momentum and full steam moving ahead. He's not a good RPO running back because he needs to get that momentum beneath him and that speed going to the line of scrimmage. Michael Zagwoski, go Birds from Scranton. Used to live on the west side. South Hyde Park Avenue. Working for WNEP for 3.5 years. Michael, do you watch WNEP? I'm happy to be out of the local news business. But some good experiences there in Scranton and WNEP. Certainly thankful for them. Do y'all hear the commotion? Oh, shit. Did Xavier just hit a buzzer beater? Wow. Did Xavier just hit a big buzzer beater? Wow. We have an Xavier alum here in the office. Did Xavier just win it? Let's see. Trying to get this popped up here. I was on the Vermont Marquette game. Who's watching the tourney? Here we go. What did Xavier do? Oh, a block at the basket. It was a defensive stand for Xavier. A block at the rim. Now it's Xavier up 68-67 on Kennesaw State. Xavier was able to recover the basketball. Now they go to the free throw line. Michael, East Mountain, nice. Xavier makes the first, 69-67. This would have been a massive upset, 3-14. We already saw Virginia go down yesterday in the 4-13. Xavier looking to go up by 3 here at 69-67. Free throw up, free throw good. Timeout taken. Can Xavier hold on? Let me show you. I think there's a good reaction on the Raiders report of what just happened. Because we have an Xavier alum, Patrick Seatman, and Xavier was down big in this game for a while. I want to see what their reaction was on air. Anybody watching the NCAA tournament, type me. Type me in the chat. Let's see this reaction. Trying to find their reaction here. If you're watching the NCAA tournament, type me. 2.6 to go. Xavier holding a 3-point lead, 70-67 on Kennesaw State. Is that how you say it? I don't even know. Inbound pass. Oh, he stepped out of bounds. Or was a foul given? Kennesaw State, they stepped out of bounds. Wow. Love it. Where's he at? Wow, how about this? This goes to show you a bad safety market, and it's not good for CJ Gardner-Johnson. Jordan Poyer signed a 2-year, $10 million deal. What does that mean for CJ Gardner-Johnson? 2 years, $10 million for Jordan Poyer. Wow, that's shocking. Wow. That's pretty nuts. Jordan Poyer, 2 years, 10. I'm not sure what that means for CJ Gardner-Johnson. Got a couple of people watching the tourney. Robert Johnson, Carlos, Jamal, passed. $5 super chat. That's another lay for Trace. Love the Darius Slay news. Was worried for a second there with the certain coaching hires, considerations that he might consider moving on. Real one, Rocco. Because the Eagles signed Marcus Mariota, Trace has been putting on lays for every $5 super chat. We are also $44 away from 300. Once we get there, I'm shotgunning a happy dad. Shotgunning a happy dad for $300 in super chats. What'd you say? I'm good now. I'll do this final segment, and then we'll probably wrap up, and then I'll eat. Yeah. Dan Rudolph, which team will sign OBJ? Cowboys, maybe? New York Jets, if Aaron Rodgers really wants them. Buffalo Bills, I think, could be in the mix. If he wants $20 million per year, I'm calling cap. There's just no way he's going to get $20 million if they're not playing last year. It's ridiculous. James Anderson, me, unfortunately, hopefully Baylor doesn't piss me off like A&M did last night. Good win for Penn State. First tourney win in like 20-plus years for Penn State. So Xavier, they get the dub. They will now play the winner of Iowa State Pitt. Oh!
Holy cow!
Philly boy!
What? Oh my God!
Philly boy! Philly boy! Philly boy! Philly boy! Philly boy!
Woo!
No way!
Holy shit!
Philly boy!
Philly boy! Ah! I guess I have to do another
$150 super chat.
I guess I have to do another beer pong.
That's another green beer bong, and I'm shotgunning.
Shit, man! Go off, Philly boy!
Philly boy! Philly boy! Philly boy! Philly boy! Everybody type those PBs in the chat. It ain't for peanut butter. It's for Philly boy. Oh, shit. I'm from Westchester. Philly boy, type those PBs. Philly boy, bringing it.
Holy cow.
A shotgun and a green beer bong coming up. Philly boy for the win. Him and Flipping the Bird, as well as Chadwick, our Super Chat MVPs. I know. It's a damn shame.
I was literally about to say damn shame.
Philly boy!
Bang!
This is a whole vibe right here, by the way. Look at us.
This is just immaculate.
Philly boy! Legend. Soda Can Eagle. JB. Dan Rudolph. Jamal Marshall, Philly boy in the building. Yeah, look, Philly boy. Going back to your question, if they sign CJ Gardner-Johnson, I'd love to see them sign Unique Ngakoue if the price is good. I love Unique Ngakoue. I think Unique Ngakoue is a stud. Unique Ngakoue has been in the league for 7 years. Every year that he has been in the league, he's had at least 8 sacks. I don't understand how teams aren't willing to pay him more money or give him a contract at all up to this point as a premier edge rusher in this league. I also think he might be from Philly, by the way.
Underrated fact.
Underrated.
Underrated fact. Look how green this is.
Look how green the beer bong is.
You can't, hold on. It cuts off my arm. Look at my arm.
Let's go. All right. Cheers, fam. We're doing it. Philly boy! $150 super chat. He sent in a $100 super chat on, what was that, Wednesday?
Is that him?
Philly boy. The legend. I love the nickname too, by the way. The username, Philly boy. Jamal Marshall putting it well. Philly boy in the building. Let's go, Philly boy. What's good, player? Dude, was that reaction off the block from Seeps? Okay, because he had a good shot at the rim. Yeah, wow. How much were they down? Like 15? 13? KJ Miller, you guys are freaking awesome, bro. You're awesome, bro. We appreciate you. All right, let's get to this segment here. Last call for super chats here over the next 20 minutes. So if you want to donate to the show, feel free to do that right now. Dan Rudolph is a draft expert, it looks like, man. He's reeling off all these prospect names. Over the next 20 minutes, this is the last call for our super chat menu. Eagles signed Mariota last night, so that's why Trace has all these lays on. $10 a green beer chug, $20 green shots, $50 shotgun or a funnel, $100 green beer bong. Oh, no doubt. Andrew! Green shots.
Can I have one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me get another shot glass.
Oh!
Pass! With the fun!
Pass! All right, I'm putting on another for past.
Passed, not past due. That's another lay.
There we go.
Here you go, brother.
Get a ball coming.
Green shots for Andrew.
Woo!
Another lay for Trizzy.
That'll do it.
We're up to $431 in super chats. That by far a record for our live free agency coverage this week. We've done now 3 live shows. The record was 370 back on Wednesday. We've now overtaken that record. I can't thank you enough for all of your support. Pass with the 5. Philly boy. Real Wood Roll Call. James Anderson, appreciate the content, guys. For real, we appreciate you.
So Andrew says, I don't know where he's getting this money, but if Howie can sign CJ and start hitting one-year deals for elite vets, still available, like Bobby Wagner, Unique Ngakoue, he should be a Hall of Fame GM.
Goated.
Facts.
You know
How'd
what?
he do that?
That's why it sucks that Roseman didn't get a second Super Bowl. If he gets that second Super Bowl, he's up there among some of the best executives in the history of football. Now, 2 Super Bowl appearances and 1 ring. It's certainly phenomenal, right, for his resume. You get that too, though. You separate yourself. And for Roseman, he was like a legend. And then Chip Kelly, got him out of the building. Then he came back, was a legend again, then was down in the dumps, and now he's a legend again. I mean, he's really been on a roller coaster ride. Eagles are very lucky to have him. All right, now let's do this Eagles free agency tracker. Last call for Super Chats here over the next 15 minutes now, and then we're going to sign off and call it a day. It's been an awesome Friday here on Eagles Now. Thanks to everybody for hopping on board, being a part of it, hanging out with us. It's St. Patrick's Day, and we're having a blast. Eagles free agency tracker. Last call for Super Chats here. Another 5. Trace has a couple more lays to put on. I'm seeing, 3, 4, 5 more lays. Can we get 5 more lays on Trace? Let's get them laid. $10 a green beer chug. $20 green shots like we just did. Thanks to Andrew Nathan. Say that out loud.
See, here's the thing. If I can get laid 5 more times today, that's $5 Super Chats. It's not hard. That's more than I've been laid in the last 365 days. So help me out. Get me laid. I'm feeling real lucky.
Spirit Hunter! Spirit! Late for the party, dude. It's been a party today on this awesome Friday, St. Patrick's Day Friday. $431 in Super Chat, Spirit Hunter. It's been awesome. It's been awesome. All right. We'll probably be live for another 15 minutes or so. So again, last call for Super Chats here. You can also keep us live if you want by sending in Super Chats. But we're having a day.
If we can get, so we're at $432. If we can get up to $500 during this segment, I'm going to just fill up my Freedom Funnel with the Irish whiskey. Help me out, get me hammered, and get me laid.
Get them hammered and get them laid.
Isn't that what St. Patty's is all about anyway?
It is. All right, so one more segment left to get to. Eagles free agency tracker. I'm just going to take out the sponsor, dude. All right, Eagles free agency tracker. Coming up right now, live on Philadelphia Eagles Now. Let's get into it. Let's get it. No matter where you are or how you're tuned in, greatly appreciate all of you for watching Philadelphia Eagles Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Chase Sr. As a guy who grew up in Westchester to cover the birds like this, it's phenomenal, especially for a YouTube channel that is approaching 50,000 subscribers. On today's show, taking a look at the Eagles free agency tracker. Before we get started, though, show us some love. If you look back at the content that we've been able to produce all throughout this week, I dare you to find an Eagles YouTube channel out there that rivals what we're doing. That's a big reason why we're 262 people away from 43,000 subs, and we are approaching 50,000 subs. So lock us in and subscribe, and if you want to interact with me, hit me up, send me a DM, tell me you love me, tell me you hate me. You can do that on Twitter and Instagram. It's the same handle on both, at Chase_Senior. So, like I said, we're taking a look at all of the moves that the Philadelphia Eagles have made so far in NFL free agency. We're going to talk about the player and the contractual details, and then one takeaway on all of these players as well. Marcus Mariota, late on Thursday night in the wee hours of Friday morning for some, signing with the Eagles, 1-year, $5 million deal to be the backup quarterback for Jalen Hurts. And my one takeaway on Marcus Mariota, he is a capable backup who can fill in for Jalen Hurts without having to overhaul the scheme. The thought process here is that Hurts, with Brian Johnson now as the OC, probably going to still run a lot of RPO, quarterback power, quarterback option, quarterback runs, and Marcus Mariota can bring that to this offense as well. And Jalen Hurts has missed 4 starts in his 2 seasons as a starter. And now, if he does get hurt, let's hope that he doesn't, there won't be a massive difference in the offensive scheme from Hurts running things to Marcus Mariota because of Mariota's athleticism and his running ability. Now, the fact that he is about a 62% completion percentage guy throughout his career is a little bit problematic. That's why at this point, he is a backup quarterback. For Greedy Williams, signed with the Eagles on a one-year deal, former second-round pick in 2019 out of LSU. This is a player who comes to South Philly with a lot of pedigree. Still a lot of upside. Back in 2021, he had 10 pass breakups, actually played pretty well. Then the back half of last year, he was a healthy scratch after he started the season somewhat banged up. I like Greedy Williams as a player, and now he's your cornerback number 3. There are not a lot of other teams out there with the player, with the pedigree, the ability, the potential of Greedy Williams at that cornerback 3 spot. He's looking at it as an opportunity to elevate his career, revive his career, to live up to those expectations of being that second-round pick with an organization that, unlike Cleveland, has a talented squad, is a consistent winner, has a foundation, a good culture, and a better defensive scheme. Greedy Williams, I think, could thrive. And here's my one takeaway on him. Former second-round pick who played very well in 2021, I thought, with 10 pass breakups. This is a short-term, cost-friendly deal on a player with upside. Hopefully, this Eagles coaching staff able to bring out the best in him and maximize that ability. As for Fletcher Cox, Philadelphia Eagles icon and legend, returning to the Birds on a one-year, $10 million deal. $10 million for a player who's coming off a campaign in which he had 7 sacks. It's actually pretty good value. The Eagles last year paid him $14 million. He had bigger offers elsewhere. That means that for Fletcher Cox, he had opportunities to get paid even greater than what he got paid for Philadelphia. So that tells you that the market was dictated as such that other teams really value Fletcher Cox. So $10 million for a player coming off a 7-sack campaign. He had bigger offers elsewhere. You pay him $10 million this year. You needed defensive tackle depth. And, of course, you want to maintain an Eagles legend in this locker room and on this roster. Now let's shift gears to James Bradberry, second-team All-Pro in 2022. I like this deal. 3 years, $38 million for a 30-year-old, $20 million in guaranteed money. The one takeaway here, the average annual value of this contract checks out to about $12.5 million. That is not even top 15 cornerback money for a guy who last year was a second-team All-Pro. I did think that it was important, speaking of Darius Slay, let's go to him, to retain Darius Slay, because I don't think James Bradberry is an island corner. I think he's better suited as a guy who matches up extraordinarily well against number 2 wideouts who can drop back in some zone coverage, whereas Slay is that island guy who can put the clamps on a guy like Justin Jefferson. But to bring back Slay and to bring back Bradberry and to have these 2 guys under contract for the next 3 years, now you're looking at a secondary in a win-now window for Philadelphia that features 2 very good corners in Slay and Bradberry. You spread out Darius Slay's contract over 3 years. He's going to make about $14 million per year. 32 years old, but still playing at a very high level. With that, let's go to our first poll question here on today's show. Who is the best free agent signing for the Birds? We're talking impact. We're talking dollar value. Share your thoughts down below with us down in the comment section. We appreciate all of you for hopping on board and being a part of the show. Now to the backfield for Philadelphia. Boston Scott coming back to the Eagles on a one-year, $2 million deal. He is the giant killer. So at the very least, you know he's going to shine in 2 games against New York every single year. F that team up I-95. He is a quality backup running back who can also play special teams as a kick returner. There's certainly value there. Plus, he skulls the New York Giants, which is always a win. Rashaad Penny, his backfield mate, signing with the Eagles on a one-year, $1.35 million contract. That is not a lot of money for Rashaad Penny if he is able to stay healthy. And that's really the big takeaway for Rashaad Penny. When he's healthy, he has been very, very good, but has missed a ton of time throughout his career. You're barely paying him anything, though. And that's the thing with Penny. You look at his yards per carry since he entered the National Football League. We had a graphics mishap here, so don't mind us, right? 4.9, 5.7, 3.1, 6.3, and 6.1. Those are his average yards per carry per year since entering the NFL. And Trace, if you want to put that in preview, I could still take a look at it. Here's the problem with Rashaad Penny. His games missed per year, 2, 6, 13, 7, 12. A former first-round pick out of San Diego State, when on the field, runs like a bulldog, very physical, has getaway speed for that size. He simply has to stay healthy. This is a classic Howie Roseman deal. If he is able to stay on the field, if you get good production for him, 1 year, 1.35, that's a steal. And right now, speaking of stealing, Kenny Gainwell, Rashaad Penny, Boston Scott, you're paying 3 backs a combined total of $2.5 million. Miles Sanders making $6 million this year for the Carolina Panthers. To the best center that we've ever seen in the history of this illustrious franchise, and the best center still in the NFL. Jason Kelce, not retiring. I ain't done yet. 1 year's $14.25. He remains the highest paid center in the NFL, and he deserves it for shotgun and beers at the OD and C aisle, but also playing really good football, moving well. He's the commander of this offense, good relationship with Jalen Hurts, a staple within this locker room culture, and that's really what's important. You're paying him the highest money among all centers in the NFL. You don't want to emotionally pay somebody like, let's say, the Philadelphia Phillies did with Ryan Howard. They paid him after he was past his prime. Then he popped his Achilles, all downhill. Sometimes with franchise icons, you get emotional with some of these deals. And then it doesn't live up to the expectations of the actual performance. But for Kelce, still the best center in the league, despite entering year 13. Speaking of legends, who were also a part of that Super Bowl 52 team back in 2017, 2018, Brandon Graham, re-signing with the Eagles, 1 year, $6 million deal. You're getting a guy who had 11 sacks in 2022 at $6 million. You know how many teams are starved for pass rushing help across the NFL, and the Eagles are able to retain him at $6 million. If he has double-digit sacks once again, that too a very good value deal for Howie Roseman, the genius. Now, let's be realistic about it, right? Can you bank on 11 sacks again? Probably not. Probably not at 35 years old. But he played awesome last year and had a career high in sacks with 11 with fewer snaps. That's what's impressive. And, of course, a cultural dog. Lastly, Brett Toth, 1 year, $1.1 million deal. You know, it's a little bit unfortunate that I wasn't larger, fatter, more girthy, pause, because if I was, I believe I'm agile enough to be a solid offensive lineman. Brett Toth is like on the border of a 53-man roster, still $1.1 million. All right, that is our Eagles free agency tracker. Of course, if any moves do happen, we will add to this. Grade the Eagles free agency period as a whole. A, B, C, D, or F, let us know. All right, let us know down in the comment section what you think. A, B, C, D, or F. What'd you say? It's ridiculous. D is wonky, I feel like. Studio D, it's wonky. Yeah, I don't understand it. This is a good one. Riding the Bench podcast. Howie Roseman is the Fed Reserve. Money doesn't matter. For him, it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I mean, the guy is just a financial genius. Brandon Ford, B. Ford. I still haven't landed. Go Birds! How he do that? Now, have you not landed from being in Greenville last week for St. Patty's Day Parade? Which, if you're a smart bar or business, by the way, you're capitalizing last weekend on St. Patrick's Day. You're also capitalizing today and tomorrow.
Yep.
I'm running it back because you only get this every couple of years, right?
Yep.
In which St. Patty's Day falls in that window where you get 2 weekends to celebrate. If you're a bar owner and you ain't taking advantage, you're a
wrong.
stiff.
You're wrong.
You're a stiff.
You're incorrect and you're wrong. And
$5
also,
super chat from Brandon Ford. That's another lay.
It is another
That's a
lay.
Marcus Mariota lay.
Also, one more thing. If you do own a bar and you are doing a bar, it's March Madness. Have the fucking games on.
Yeah.
Like, having hockey games on in the middle of March Madness is criminal.
That's what I'm saying.
It's criminal.
Yeah. hockey game on at the bar last night.
Criminal.
On night 1 of March Madness. That happened down here in Dallas. We're not going to mention the bar, but it happened. A joke. A joke. Now, I was late to join the crew because I had to do an at-home show on Greedy Williams, but a violation. A violation, no doubt.
Nonetheless.
Trace, I got to take this picture of you. That is phenomenal. Trizzy Trace with a bunch of lays.
I'm getting laid left and right. I just love St. Patrick's Day. It's so great. It's so great. Brandon Ford, I hope you are having a wonderful day, brother. If you're hanging out and trying to get some drinks later.
Yeah, B4, we might hit you up a little bit later.
We might hit you up. We might have to hit you
Nodding
up.
Donkey is a possibility for us in Uptown to watch some NCAA tournament games. We're going to be with the Chat Sports crew. If you want to link up, shoot us a message on Instagram.
All right. No mailbag today, right?
No.
No mailbag. So we're going to put a shot clock on. We're going to put 2 minutes on the shot clock. And for here's your Super Chat menu. We'll stay live. We'll reset the shot clock for any Super Chat more than $5. Any Super Chats that come in, you're getting on screen. It's going to be awesome. But any Super Chat that's $5 or more, we reset the shot clock so that way you stay longer. We need to go eat. We need to do some more content. But we want to hang out with you guys. So we're going to give you guys the chance to keep us around. Be our bosses, if you will. You can be our bosses.
You heard it.
2 minutes.
You can be our bosses.
$5 Super Chat keeps us.
You can own us. Spirit Hunter TV. Chase, happy about Penn State winning their first NCAA tournament game. It's not their first overall. It's their first in like 2+ decades, though. Really, really impressive. Also, we're at $436 in Super Chats. If we got to 500, what did you say that you would do?
I'll put whiskey in the Freedom Funnel.
Whiskey in the Freedom Funnel. He will chug whiskey out of the Freedom Funnel. If we get to $500 in Super Chats, we're not expecting that. But shoot, we're down for it.
I'm going to tag Marcus Mariota in my repost.
Let's go. That's a good idea.
Is it the Motivate Foundation? Is that his?
I'm not sure, actually.
Marcus.
So if you want to keep us live, send in a $5 or more Super Chat, and we'll kick it live. It's already been an awesome live show today. An absolutely incredible one. Andrew Nathan, pizza delivery? You should do it. We actually have, what, tacos? We have tacos waiting for us. I cannot wait to smash those tacos. Oh!
Shot clock reset!
William!
Shot clock reset!
Treadway!
Bang!
We're 54 away from 500 in Super Chats. If we get there, Whiskey Freedom Funnel, me, another shotgun. Can we do it? Can we do it?
Let's go.
Can you dig it? William Treadway, go Birds! That's a green beer chug for me.
Yeah, I'm tagging his foundation in that tweet or in that IG post.
We at least have to get to 450, right? We're 4 away from 450. We at least have to get there before we sign off. That's just what we got to do. Israel, Lane should be a top priority. You talking Lane Johnson? He's already under contract. Yeah, he's already under contract. Can you dig it? Go Birds! E-A-G-L-E-S Eagles! Man, you love to see it. You love to see it. Where's the Super Chat shot clock at right now?
We are at 20 seconds because we had to reset it.
We're at 20 seconds on the Super Chat shot clock. 2 minutes. Anybody sends in a Super Chat, we'll stay live. If not, we sign off.
Oh!
Brandon Ford! B Ford! B Ford! B Ford! B Ford! Jerk-a-koozie, my guy. What does he mean by jerk-a-koozie?
I don't know, but I'm taking a shot.
Yeah. Yeah, B Ford. We got to let the Bleezy rip at some point.
B Ford,
No doubt.
B Ford, if you're coming
We'll
through.
call it the B4 Bleezy.
If we're coming through, it's Bleezies and Jimmies on deck. It's Bleezies and Jimmies left and right, baby.
B Ford, B Ford, B Ford,
B Ford. That one's on me. I thought we were going one more.
Ring the Liberty Bell. Let's go. We reset the shot clock again.
Put another one on for B Ford.
B Ford, another one.
I'm putting another one.
Another one.
Another one.
We're 44 away
Another one.
from $500.
They said that we wouldn't make it to 500.
They said we wouldn't make it.
Our boss, who's a Cowboys fan, said that we wouldn't get to $500. So let's prove him wrong. Let's get to 500 right now. $44 super chat gets us there.
B Ford in the chat.
$44 super chat gets us to 500. Let's prove the Cowboys boss is wrong. It's so disrespectful.
F Dallas.
F Dallas. Let's get 500.
The Cowboys report. Oh! Jamal! 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 Jamal!
I'm getting laid every super chat.
He's getting laid.
Come on.
34 away. 34 away. Woo! Shotgun and a whiskey funnel coming up at 500 if we get there.
Let's go.
34 away.
Jamal is a real one.
Everybody type those JMs now. Jamal. 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 Jamal.
Woo!
34 away from a whiskey funnel and a shotgun.
$34. Come on. They said it couldn't be done.
They said it could be done.
Let's make it happen.
The Cowboys report did 490 yesterday. Dennis Designs! Let's go.
He's back.
32 away. 32
Come
away.
on. Every super chat we're getting laid. Every super chat we're partying. We got to get to 500.
Dennis. 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 Dennis.
Woo!
Type those DDs in the chat. DDs in the chat.
DD. Woo!
32 away from 500.
Come on. Our boss is a Cowboys fan.
The Cowboys report yesterday did 490. F Dallas. F Dallas. F Dallas. F Dallas. F Dallas.
We gotta at least be 490. We can have 490.
Gotta
and 2
be
cents.
490.
We can have 490 and 2 cents. But we
Whiskey
gotta get
funnel and a shotgun coming up if we get the 500.
Come on.
Izzy B!
She's back!
Izzy! 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 She's back!
What's up, Izzle?
We were asking for you the other day, Izzy.
Izzle is back!
We'll tell Abby that you said hi. Izzy! 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 Izzy!
Izzy! Come on, we gotta hit 500.
Izzy B! Izzy B! Izzy B! Izzy B! Now let's go IB in the chat. IB in the chat. It's been a while. IB in the chat. Izzy! There's the 5. We're 27 away from 500. We're almost going to beat the Cowboys report. They got 490 yesterday. We have 8 minutes to go. The bosses said we have 2 hours to go live on Eagles now. We're at an hour 52.
Izzy, I'm getting laid for you. I'm getting laid for you, girl.
Any $5 super chat that comes in, Trace put on a lay. We're all out of lays, but we keep it moving.
Come on. Come on.
Missed you too, Iz. Hope everything is good.
If we can get to 500, we're doing Whiskey Freedom Funnels.
Whiskey Freedom Funnel and a shotgun for 500.
Shotgun. It's happening. It's happening.
27 away from 500.
Come on. I know it's happening. I know it's going to happen. Let's make it happen. $27 right now.
We're resetting the shot clock.
Right now.
2 minutes. That's it.
Right now.
2 minutes.
Come on.
You can reset it within those 2 minutes. Izzy B. Come on, guys. I've been gone for a while. Everyone do a 5 super chat.
What Izzle said.
And then we'll get to 500.
Our girl Izzle is speaking facts.
Noah Kiley, no more news on CJ Gardner-Johnson. We covered earlier today. Teams interested that we know of: Denver Broncos, Cincinnati Bengals, Philadelphia Eagles. That's it as of right now.
The Cincinnati Bengals is an interesting one.
Bengals are interesting because they lost Jesse Bates.
Yeah, it's an interesting fit.
Come on, as he said.
Come on. I'm not going to the bar until we get to 500. Come on now.
2 minutes. Now we're up
Jets
to 1
agreed
minute.
to a deal with punter Thomas Morstead.
Andrew Nathan, what's our number? 473. Can you make a weigh-in too? That can make it easy.
Yep.
We'll make it visible for y'all. 473 to 50 or to 527. Yeah, just switch that out.
Watch this. Goal.
Izzy B with another 5. We're 22 away. 10 from Hunter.
Oh, we're $12 away.
$2 away from beating the Cowboys report. $12 away from 500.
Come on. Help us out. We need 12.
Izzy B with the 5. Hunter with the 10.
Come on.
We're 12 away.
Come on.
We're 12 away. $2 away from tying the Cowboys. $3 away from beating the Cowboys.
We got to beat them. We have to beat them.
Goal is 500. We need 12.
Come on.
Shotgun and a whiskey funnel coming up. If we could get there.
I know you want to hit 500 with us. I know every single one of y'all want to get to $500.
We had 2 hours to go live. We are at an hour 55.
We have 5 minutes.
Oh, no. Hey! Dennis!
All right, we're
$7 away. We've already beaten the Cowboys.
$7. F the Cowboys. If everyone sends in a super chat of 99 cents, just saying F the Cowboys, we're beating the record.
F the Cowboys. F the Cowboys.
Oh!
Kyle! We're 2 away. Eagles fly on the road to victory. Fight, Eagles fight. Score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high, and watch our Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles fly on the road to victory. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
I mean, it's getting out of hand. It is full-blown out of hand.
Wow, that was electric.
Did y'all miss me? Izzy, of course we missed you. Of course we missed you, girl.
Brandon Ford said they didn't let me send my super chat because I said the F word. That's awesome.
Hey, F you. Never mind. F you too. That band sucks. That's what I meant to say.
This is awesome,
Let's
man.
go. This is unbelievable. All right. Do we have one more dad in there?
No, that's it.
I'm going to go grab a Happy Dad's. That way
Trey's getting his dad. We'll do the whiskey funnel.
Dude.
And then the shotgun, and then we're going to sign off.
I don't even know where it's at.
Kyle, thank you so much. He said, thank you for the great content. We appreciate you so much. Hi, Orion's 19, the dollar super chat.
Hi, Orioles! Let's go!
So, wait, you don't have to go get anything, do you? You just have to do the whiskey funnel.
Yeah, you're right.
So, we'll go through all of your super chats, and then we'll sign off. Damn, this looks good, doesn't it?
So y'all can see it going in. Oh, Christ.
That's fucking hilarious.
Guys, there might be like 5 or 6 shots in here. There might be 5 or 6. If somebody sends in $20 in the next minute, I'll add 5 or 6 more.
Legendary.
Hi, Orions. What a dog. What a dog. All right.
Wow. All right, I have to shotgun too.
Dude, I'm feeling real good about myself. Cheers.
Dibbin with the laughing emojis. It's been an awesome show today. It's been an awesome show. Will y'all be doing anything for the NCAA tournament? We're kind of just watching the games here, Izzy. Hopefully linking up with some coworkers. Not any really content. We went live for the bracket reveal, that live show on our main Chat Sports YouTube channel. Crushed. It was awesome. We put them boys to sleep today, Spirit Hunter.
Facts. F them boys.
All right, another shotty.
Rip it, tip it, go! Chug. Senior. Let's go, Chase. Let's go, Chase. I mean, it's immaculate vibes.
Hunter Conrad said, Cowboys report who?
All right, if we want to rub it in the Cowboys report face, we are $60 away from $600.
Yeah.
We're not asking to get there, but if someone feels the need to donate and help us just further rub it in the Cowboys' faces, do it.
Yeah.
Why not?
In the meantime, let's pay some time to those super chats that came in. Hi, Orions. That's the $1. William Treadway for you guys. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Dibbin, liquor and beer headache coming. We're built different. We're going to be good.
Can't be scared in these streets.
Philly Boy, one of our super chat MVPs today. Go the L3. Shout out to Philly Boy with the $20 super chat. Oh, Chadwick is back. I'm back. Hold up. Wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? When I bought that Aston Martin, y'all thought I was rented?
Flexing on them haters like I'm Popeye on this spinach?
Let's go. Kyle Goodnow with the 5. Trace has all of the lays in the world on him right now. Jason Chadwick with another 2. Oh, what a day. We're going to sign off here on Eagles Now, I think.
We might have to.
Yeah, we're going to sign off. I need some food because I've really only had a protein shake today. So we're going to fill ourselves up. We're going to do some other content. For those of y'all who are real ones, we might go live. I understand. I covered the NFL, 32 teams, Eagles, and the 49ers. Cry about it if you want to, or support us if you want to. I'm going to be going live, Trace and I, again, on the 49ers report a little bit later. So if you want to hop on board and join us there and party, let's do it. All right. Y'all, this was a lot of fun. A great Friday show here on St. Patrick's Day. We're going to sign off. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Couple of segments down in the canister, updating you on what's going on with Philadelphia Eagles free agency. Hope you all have a great weekend. If you haven't subscribed, do so right now, because if the Eagles make a move, you know I'm going to be talking about it regardless of where I am. It's St. Patrick's Day. It's a Friday. The weekend is coming up, and it's been Philadelphia Eagles Now. For Trace Gerard, I'm Chase Sr. For all of you, we out. Peace.
Eagles now. We get busy, chasing Trizzy. Eagles now. Bruising birds, we keep it litty. Eagles now. Pre-game, post-game, make it look easy. Eagles now. No one likes us, please believe it. Eagles now. Super chats, we keep them coming. Eagles now. Jalen a booby, keep it running. Eagles now. Shots downtown, AJ Brown. Eagles now. If you ain't know, you know it now. Eagles now.